A leaked document from the U.S. Supreme Court shows justices are leaning heavily toward reversing a nearly 50-year-old landmark ruling of Roe v. Wade. In 1973, the Supreme Court ruled there is a right for women to seek an abortion. This document is just a draft, not an official or even a final decision, but the leak has sparked protests and conversations on how this will play out across the country. Joe Paris sat down with constitutional law scholar, University of Idaho professor Shaakirrah Sanders to talk about the implications of the leaked document, what it could mean, and what is not known. Sanders also refreshed us on the Idaho abortion law that will be triggered should this reversal draft become a real decision.
Early Tuesday, a gathering at the Idaho State House. Signs expressing concerns and anger over a leaked Supreme Court draft opinion that aims to reverse the landmark abortion case Roe v. Wade.
We want people in Idaho, elected leaders and citizens and people across the country to know that we do not agree or approve with us going back 50 years in women's rights.
With the leak of a Supreme Court draft opinion on abortion to Politico, University of Idaho law professor Shaakirrah Sanders says it's important to note the lack of context we have surrounding it.
It very well could be that every judge has a draft opinion that's circulating, and this is the only one that was issued. It could be that Alito has been chosen to write either a majority opinion, a concurring opinion, or a dissenting opinion.
The leaked opinion, which the Supreme Court has now verified as authentic, indicates a major change in abortion law. But Sanders says it's unclear if this opinion drafted in February still captures the exact feelings of the court.
We don't know whether there are draft concurring opinions, draft dissenting opinions, and that could be very important in terms of counting up the votes. You need 5 votes on an opinion. And so you can have 1 vote on one opinion, 2 more votes on another opinion, another several votes on a dissent.
Sanders explains it is entirely possible that the draft opinion could be something other than the final opinion. It's just too early to know either way.
We don't know whether this draft opinion came before some type of straw poll from the court or any other official vote amongst the justices on this particular issue.
Despite unknowns, many do see the opinion as a foreshadow to the reversal of Roe v. Wade later this summer. If that happens, Idaho is one of 13 states that have abortion laws that will quickly change.
If Roe versus Wade is overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court, then under Idaho law will become a new law that officially governs the right to terminate a pregnancy.
Idaho Governor Brad Little signed Senate Bill 1385 into law back in 2020. Under that, if Roe v. Wade is reversed, abortions become a crime in Idaho 30 days after the official opinion is published by the Supreme Court. The law in Idaho reads, quote, "Criminal abortion shall be a felony punishable by a sentence of imprisonment no less than 2 years and no more than 5 years in prison. There are exceptions for cases of rape and incest." Sanders says it's important to remember this is not a one or the other outcome. There are several things the Supreme Court could do.
A final opinion could keep part of Roe versus Wade, but significantly reduce it. A final opinion could say there is no right to terminate a pregnancy. States do whatever you want. Or again, there is no right to terminate a pregnancy in states. You can't do what you want on this issue.
All right, Joe, now speaking of another Idaho abortion law that went into effect recently that is now tied up in court, could this leaked document have anything to do with that or do anything to that?
Well, if this leaked document ends up being the official decision from the United States Supreme Court, the lawsuit going on in Idaho will be moot. It won't matter simply. And so the law going through there right now, there's a challenge to it. The challenge wouldn't matter anymore because this trigger law would then kick into effect. And it's actually a more stringent law than the proposed law that the Supreme Court's looking at right now.
Okay, so then what about, Professor Sanders said something to you that was that we talked about earlier that was really kind of striking. Should this go through, if it stays the way it is, as it appears to be, this would be the first time the court is taking away a right, correct?
Yeah, Professor Sanders says that she, as a constitutional scholar and expert who researches this, she cannot find another time and cannot think of another time where the Supreme Court is ruling to take away a right that they've already given out. She says the only thing that really comes to mind in United States history was the fact that at one point you were allowed to own people, slaves, and of course that was undone in an amendment to the Constitution. So outside of that, though, this would be very unique in the sense that the Supreme Court would be taking something back that that 50 years ago they said, this is the law of the land.
All right, still a lot of loose ends on this, and I know we weren't expecting a decision possibly till like June, maybe July, so still a lot of things could happen between now and then. All right, thanks, Joe.